Welcome back to the Old Bull Young Calf, and welcome back to a Boston Celtics finals. I am so excited to
Yeah.
be here. What a series. I mean, from an entertainment perspective, I think the league must be absolutely in love with this. So many nail biter games. The Boston Celtics look like an absolutely well oiled machine towards the end of these games. We did miss some bunnies, but on the defensive end,
Mm,
when it matters most, we were getting some
yep.
big blocks, big steals, ball pressure, and everything like that. Wow, what a relief! I was so stressed. Dad, what are your thoughts?
The road killers strike again. I believe this makes them 20-8 over their last 3 years in the playoffs. Absolutely impeccable. Great job by the boys. No, they don't make it easy. Would have been nice to have a blowout, but man, this freaking Pacers team, they don't miss. It's weird, right? I look at the score and I'm like, you think they'd have 130 points? Doesn't it feel like they never miss? It's insane.
100%.
But I mean, what are you gonna do? They fight. You gotta give those guys credit. But our boys, again, they buckle down at the end. They made big plays. Not all big plays are big shots, like you said, Matt. Holy cow.
Yep.
Jalen Brown. You know what he did? He just
Yep.
swallowed Nemhart's soul. He's like,
Yep.
give me that ball. Almost broke the backboard. He pinned it so hard off it. What a
Yep.
damn play. And I mean, he missed that bunny layup. I was ready to strangle him. But,
Yeah.
just some great big shots. And Derek White with the missed the clutch. Good job in that corner, my friend.
Yeah, man. Tim, hell yeah, bring on the Mavs. Bring on the Mavs, Tim. I want all the smoke. Definitely very interested to see how this team performs against a top heavy team because the Pacers were the opposite. Hopefully the Timberwolves can pinch a couple to wear the Mavs down. And I completely agree. The Mavericks are in some serious like danger of some injury trouble, I guess, with Lively as a neck injury. Doncic, I guess, is hobbled. He's been playing exceptionally well, but people keep saying he's injured. And my dad keeps looking behind him. I'm watching this as well, Dad. Wick's up there.
Yeah,
Wick.
I
Oh,
want them to give Jalen Brown the Larry Bird Trophy. Give that man the Larry Bird Trophy. He was our best player in the conference finals. Give it to him. He saved that
three
day
steals
one
today.
by being an absolute killer.
Yep.
He was awesome again today after getting off to a slow start. Old Jalen Brown from 5 years ago, slow start, probably a slow game. Didn't let that stop him. He bounced back. And Tatum. Did Tatum get a triple double? Because he was close. I don't know what assists he had, but it felt
He had
like he
eight
was getting
assists,
assists
13
left and
rebounds.
right.
Yeah, he almost had a triple double.
8 assists. Good job. And man, those rebounds are underrated. It feels like he doesn't get one easy rebound. And
No, he's
those are
high pointing
important.
almost every ball. He's getting up there. And I
Absolutely
mean,
terrific job
so
there.
yeah, I totally agree
Yeah.
with my dad here. I really hope the Larry Bird Trophy goes to Jalen Brown. Tatum already got one. Jalen Brown, I think, deserves this one. And my
Yep.
buddy Tim, I love that all the players on the floor contributed in the stretch. I mean, Drew Holiday. What else can you say about that
Oh,
guy? Oh my goodness,
I mean,
just
he's just awesome. I mean, just missed the clutch too. Big play.
steady.
Who knows where that game goes if he doesn't get that offensive rebound. I mean, here he can, and the funny thing, I saw him coming from like a mile away. You know, Shot clock was winding down. Not the greatest, possession by Tatum there. A lot of dribbling. I didn't like that deep three. I know the shot clock was kind of winding down, and he missed it. And I was like, oh, and I
Tatum
just saw
Holiday
Drew,
was not
and I'm
ball
like, he's
watching.
gonna get it. He's
Yep.
gonna get it, and he did. And it was,
Series
good
clinching.
man.
Made the
Oh,
smart
so
play,
glad we
kicked it
had
out
that
quick.
dude.
Nice.
Yes.
It's the little things. It's the little things. I'm over the moon. Um, there's
Going back to the finals, baby. Oh, we got 6 people watching. Please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. It helps the channel. We really love you guys. Appreciate for it real quick.
yeah.
So that's it, baby. We can officially start talking about the
Everybody can.
finals. And,
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be the Mavericks. Hopefully the Wolves, like our friend Tim Hilliard said, hopefully the Wolves at least take one. Could they take one
Yep.
game?
The longer the
That's all
Wolves
I'm
go,
asking at this point.
the longer the
Yeah.
Wolves. So here's some information for you, Tim. No matter what, the finals start on June 6th. So
Yeah, it
it
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting rest from now until June until they. Oh, wait, JB got it. Heck yeah, JB got it. Larry
He
Bird Award.
did.
Larry Bird Award.
Nice. Yeah.
Well
Oh,
deserved. You can
Peter
tell he's.
DePadua,
Hey, Pete.
my
Let's
buddy
put
Peter,
Pete's the
probably
difference
our
this
oldest
year.
fan, right? Peter was
Uh,
there from day
how old
one,
is
pretty
Pete?
much. Probably our
He's like
oldest
what?
fan.
He's like 80,
He's a couple
85,
years younger than me. Yeah.
85, 90.
He's
Our
like,
oldest
so
fan.
he's 89. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that you're right, Pete. That's the difference. Oh man. Nobody had more Marcus Smart rants than Peter DePadua and I.
Really? He had
Back
more.
and forth. Just fire. Oh, he drove us insane. We were just talking the other day how Marcus, we love you for your hustle and all that, but oh my God, how refreshing it is to have Drew Holiday in these games instead of
Yeah.
Marcus Smart. It is just like a complete breath of fresh air. Thank you for tuning in as always, Pete. Alex, our buddy Alex here. 4 wins the glory, just 4.
Magic
That's it.
number.
Good luck, boys.
Larry's been there.
We appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think he's a Celtics fan, but we appreciate your support, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to jump in here, Alex. Hockey game on 3-3. That is a very close hockey game. I've been watching that on the side.
Yeah.
I won't say too much, but I would like the Stars to win it this year. I'll leave it at that. But absolutely
Anyone
huge.
but Florida.
Anyone but Florida. I don't even care about the Rangers. I don't. It's like,
well, Rangers too. I have a friend who's battling cancer, and I won't say who it is, but they're a Ranger fan, so that's who I actually want. So,
yeah, and I have nothing. I have nothing against the Rangers. So for me, it's like I don't mind. I don't care as long as it's not Florida.
Yeah.
And yeah, just going back to what Pete said, the difference this year has been Holiday and not Smart. The calmness in which our late game, like offense and defense, has happened has been absolutely amazing. So I super appreciate it. And that's a lot and a big testament to Holiday and not Smart. Smart brought chaos. Sometimes it worked in our favors. Sometimes it did not. Alex said he agrees. Alex, I don't know if you're a Bruins fan, or what, but
I think he might be one of our old Toronto fans. I can't remember.
He's a Toronto fan.
Picked up a lot of Toronto fans. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
We love those guys too. So, but Tim Hilliard, I don't know. One of our really recent shows, we talked about that, man. I don't know if it was a young cab. He said the paces are going to be a problem in the future, and I think they got Siakam long term, and Halliburton's only going to get better. He's only 24. This Nemhard kid, he's a little killer, man.
What the heck?
You see that shot he made over Horford, fading away, and Horford missed the ball by a half an inch, and it's just nothing but net. Damn, that little, you know what?
My dad loves him. My dad loves him, right? Like,
I don't love him. I hate him. He's good.
I know you hate him, but you love his game.
I mean, dude can just shoot. It's ridiculous,
Yeah, Alex is a Leafs fan. Hey,
I want to see.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pete, you're right. I want to see the ball in Holiday and Drew White's hands at the end of the game. Drew Holiday and Derek White's hands. I want to see the ball in their hands more often as opposed to the Tatum, pound the ball into the thing. So, but they've been moving it better lately at the end of the game. So I don't want to complain. They've been much more improved than they were earlier in the year. Sorry, Matt. What were you saying?
No. Man, overall, Al Horford going back to the finals again. Can we please get Big Al a championship? So deserved.
I know.
This is surreal. I mean, when we talked about our predictions for the season were, we had to get here and we have to win it. I love to see Porzingis out there walking around. My dad said when you have that calf injury, you really can't walk around. So it's a good sign he's at least up. Can we get a cam to see if he jumped up when we won? That'd be really nice as well.
Yeah. Can we get him caught on camera jumping out? That's a good point. I like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
No, the old bull's gonna be hopping around for a while. I am almost fairly certain I get the same exact injury as him.
Alex, good night, my friend. I don't know if that hockey game's over, but I'll probably switch over that. Brown and Tatum, better get it done. Put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
They can do this. So I totally agree, man. Yes, please. He deserves it. I mean, I wonder if Big Al wins it here, like if he retires like a Celtic. I don't know how it works logistically, but I know he absolutely loves Boston. His family loves Boston.
Yeah.
And
I would think so.
He's been a wagon for us this playoffs. Benny, Banner 18.
Hope so, Benny. Hope so, my friend. But Alfred, do they? It's jumping the gun here, but if he is an integral part of us winning Banner 18, in June, does he get his number retired?
I know. I didn't want to say it
with that.
I don't want to
They're
say it,
very lenient with that. I'm
but
pretty
here's
sure
the
they
thing:
called me and asked me, like, "Hey, what if we retire your number? Will you come up to Boston?" I'm
they
like,
want
"I'm
to
busy.
retire the Cobra
Sorry."
Kai shirt. You know, they might have to retire the Cobra Kai shirt, put it up in the rafters.
I,
And you know, Al's here for another year after this. You know, who knows if his wheels are gonna fall off? But um, win it this year, Al. Come back strong next year. I mean, overall,
sit him for the
for
first half of the year. That's what I like to do. I like to win it this year and sit both Horford and Porzingis for the first half of next year.
no,
That's what
no,
I'd
no.
love to do, but I know they're
Oh
not going to
man,
do that.
they're
So,
showing they're showing the
yeah.
block by JB. JB had some great
Oh,
handles to the middle
look at him.
last year.
Just awesome.
Last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, JB's handles, you know, he got a lot of knock on him, but dribbling through three guys there and getting the pass perfectly right for White
Yeah,
in the shooting pocket, and White was struggling. I think White at that point
he
was
was.
1 for 8 from three, and he
We didn't
dishes
have a
to
good
White.
night shooting the three, that's for sure.
No, he did
No,
not. We started off scorching hot. Like it looked
we
like we were
did.
just gonna blow their doors off, but for some reason the wheels fell off. Um, 5 steals for
Yeah.
Derek White, 3 blocks. I mean,
Wow. That is
we
amazing.
we really, you know, like like Derek White and Drew Holiday are really going to help us get to our mountaintop, right? Tatum, Brown, they're so important and everything. But there's just something about having those two guys. And when those two guys play a good game, we're pretty much unstoppable. I know, you know, they struggled a bit from deep, but from 2 point land, they almost didn't miss. Holiday was 5 for 9 from three, you know, over 50%. And Derek White was 5 for 7 from two. I'm sorry. They were both 5 for 9 and 5 for 7 from two. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just overjoyed. I'm really happy. I'm happy with our health. I'm really excited for Porzingis. When is the Bruins
Yes.
podcast? So Pete, we're going to talk
That's
about the Bruins tomorrow. My
tomorrow
dad
then.
mentioned it on his Facebook. Pete, if you have any sort of insight or thoughts on how you think the Bruins should rebuild, we'd love to see him. You know, we can bring him up on the
Yeah.
show. We did a poll on
He's been
YouTube.
literally playing hockey since he was in diapers. He's been playing since he was, like, practically a toddler,
I
so
wonder. I wonder if Pete saw our polls, because I'd like to get his vote on those polls, or at least maybe we could send them to him and he could just write us up what he thinks
yeah.
of those different, you know, the different setups. JB might have been lucky to not get a flagrant one. I agree, Tim. It was very odd.
Yeah.
It was odd.
Yeah.
I think it might have been a flagrant one, but at the same time,
I agree with that.
I think the Pritchard one should have been flagrant one. So
I was about to say, the way the rule's written, Brown probably should have got a flagrant one there. But that Pritchard one, I'm sorry. That dude is dirty.
yeah.
And I just don't want to hear that wasn't done on purpose. It's just he just knew the guy got faked out. He knew the guy was running behind him, and he just did a ninja kick out of nowhere and caught him in the face. And it's like, okay, I get it why you didn't call it, but it's like he did that
Hey,
on purpose.
I
That is
mean,
not a natural basketball jump. That was
no.
not natural. Get out of here with that crap.
You could tell by JB's face and everything. And McConnell was like, I know in slow motion it looks bad. McConnell was coming and going like 25 miles per hour. He was
He
midair,
was.
coming in
And
fast.
Brown's going for the ball.
You
Yeah.
watch that like real like live motion. Brown's eyes are up. He's looking, and McConnell's face just flies into his hand. And Pete did not see the polls. Pete, we will get you them. They're about Olmark, McAvoy, and about what decision should be
Free
made
agents.
about this free agents for this year, free agents for next year.
Big free agents available.
I can
Yeah.
tell you what probably will not have much movement is this Boston Celtics team. The contracts and the money that we have tied up, this team is pretty much it for the next few years. And right now, of course, nobody will complain about that, especially if they win the championship. So
We talk about all the time. It's important to win a championship for obvious reasons. It's a championship. It's the best. But probably the second biggest reason is Derek White.
yeah,
It's Derek White. It brings in, we've talked about this a lot, so much revenue. It brings in an owner almost $1 billion. It's like
yeah,
that's not an exaggeration.
yeah,
So with Grossbeck, he will pay into the double luxury tax. He'll go over the second apron. He has proven that. So we win a championship. I'm telling you now, they're signing Derek White long term, and they're going to have an insane salary cap, but no one's going to care. I want to
yeah,
bring up one point, Matt. You know what I love? And we had kind of lost it. He's the only guy who will do it. Marcus Smart was good for it. Grant Williams was kind of good for it, and we lost it with those two. Jaylen Brown goes
pushing
over
Miles Turner.
and
Yep,
gives Miles Turner a push because
yeah,
he absolutely football practically shouldered Derek White. It was dirty. Everyone saw it. Jalen Brown just gave him a little push, like, "Hey, dude, that was
Yep.
on. What are you trying to just bowl him
Yep.
over there?
Yep.
And I love that. Like, at least
Yeah.
he
And real
did
quick,
something.
and we got my buddy Jay from work. Jay just came here to say Mavs Celtics is coming true. Can't wait for my guest appearance. Listen, Jay, don't look past those Timberwolves, buddy. Okay, they're gonna figure it out. They're gonna start to click. Carlton Towns is gonna.
Oh,
I don't know. No, yeah, it's probably gonna be Mavs versus Celtics, and you guys are probably gonna get a ton of rest. I'd really would be shocked if you guys don't sweep them tomorrow. Um, but yeah, honestly, the here's the thing: if the Timberwolves beat the Mavericks, they would be a tougher matchup because they are a tougher matchup. But
they had the size and length to match up with us well.
here
So
we're not going to face them because technically they are the easier team, but we won't face them because the reason they're the easier team is because they're mentally weak. That team is so rattled. So facing the Timberwolves in the finals would be easier because they're all a bunch of soft with, not clutch players. That's just the way that is, right? Gobert,
and Edwards not soft, but he's 22.
and
The
he's
moment's
he's choking. He's
he's up.
choking horribly. He's
He
playing
is. He is.
horrendously. We got, Tim
Yeah.
agree it was
No.
not intentional. No one was upset with him. Yeah, I like how McConnell went into like the back room until they said
Yeah.
it wasn't a flagrant. They were acting like he was just
Yeah.
like shot and killed or was like on the court. It's like no, he got in the face.
He did that
He's
on his
okay, guys.
own.
Yeah.
Because I tell
We
you, I'm like, oh, is he going to concussion protocol? Because that means he's out for the
no,
game pretty much if he is.
no.
And he came right back. I'm like, he went in that back room like
Yeah.
on his own.
No. He didn't
Whatever.
even go down the tunnel. He just pretty much like went in and turned right. And he was right back out.
Yeah.
So we do have some likes. We
Yeah.
have Phil. We have Phil Livingston. Hey Phil. Malcolm Lee Carter.
One of my old
Yvonne
besties.
Mitchell. And
Ah,
Joni Naughton. I really appreciate you guys.
some of my old
Just
football boys from North High. Some of my old
yeah.
football boys, Jody Norton, worked with her for years. Awesome.
Yeah.
Man, I love you guys supporting us. My little boy, not so little boy, and I, we really do appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Well, it's really
Means a
great.
lot.
It's really great. This is probably the 3-0 in closeout games. This team has not played with their food. This was not like the past Celtics. Series have been super quick. This is I think the second
Mhm.
sweep of the playoffs. I think the first sweep was the Suns versus the Timberwolves. And I'll tell you this about the Pacers. Kudos to the Pacers. They are, I think, what the Suns wish they were. And the amount,
Yeah.
the mid-range efficiency on this team and the speed at which they play. Yeah, no,
You know why
I
it's a
think.
weapon, Matt?
Go ahead,
Because no
Dad.
one knows how to defend it in the NBA anymore. Because
Yeah,
no team does mid-range jumpers.
no,
So, like, when you got a team that sets up plays to get wide open mid-range jumpers, nobody knows what to do with it. They're like, what
yeah,
the hell? The Celtics do a lot of mid-range jumpers, but they're all off ISO ball and fadeaways.
correct.
Brown and Tatum are really good at that. But you notice how Brown and Tatum never have any wide open mid-range?
No,
They don't set up plays for it. Nobody's prepared for it. So like is Indiana, they're drawing up plays and they're getting wide open mid-range jumpers and they're just killing us with them because they're little sharpshooters.
look at this. Pete is just bringing us a bunch of info. Should have moved Omar and Grizz in the offseason, so he wants those gone. Really helped us in
Yeah.
the playoffs. LOL. Seeing we were so tight
Yeah.
against the cap, you moved a Hall for nothing. He's mad about Hall. Hall actually, I think, went out for the season shortly into it. Don't go nuts this year. Get a
Yeah.
center and get some toughness. Save some money for Dreisaitl. I completely agree. And look it's Kayleen. Go Seas. Hey, Kayleen. Thank
There's
you
my
for
little
tuning in.
girl. Thank you,
Hey,
sweetie. My little
go Seas.
princess. Love you.
Back to Pete.
Yeah.
Pete, we're going to talk about all that stuff tomorrow. The Dreisaitl.
Yeah.
Do you roll the dice or do you make a big splash this offseason with
Well,
Lindholm,
no,
Reinhardt?
Drysdale is like Peter brought up to me early. I think he's a free agent next year, unfortunately.
No, he is.
So
He is a
we'll have
free
to
agent
look
next
into
year.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I want free agents this year. That's who I
Okay.
want, Well,
Yeah.
maybe we could trade for him. I don't know, but I don't want to give up 1 million draft picks. We don't have them as it is. So
Hi guys, love you
Yeah.
too. So there's Tegan,
Love
the
you too.
T-Rex Tegan right there as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
great way to start the work week. We are doing the Bruins postseason podcast tomorrow live.
8:30.
Tomorrow live. We'll schedule something to talk about this Mavericks and or Timberwolves team because there's a lot to talk about
Yep.
there. And then of course next Thursday is the game one. Kyrie and 77 pretty tough. I don't feel that confident right now. Benny, don't worry, Benny. Here's what you got to do. Go back and watch some of the games we played against them earlier this year. I know they've changed their lineups. I know they've gotten better, but so have we. So also this Pacers team was 2-0 against Mavericks. They beat the Mavericks. The Mavericks were actually on an 8-win streak, 8-game win streak in the regular season. This Pacers
Good to
team
know.
blew them out by more than 20, right?
Look at the
Um,
young Cav digging up
yeah.
some good stats. I like it.
This is a lot of content from reading stuff on Reddit. And really quick, Pete. Good night. Good job and good night, guys. Pete, we'll see you tomorrow up for the Bruins. Good night, my friend. And I will say also, um, we are a matchup nightmare for the Mavericks, right? The Timberwolves have a really hard time matching up against, Doncic and Kyrie. We have four guys on the floor, with our starting lineup that can guard those two guys one
Yes.
on one almost as good as anybody else in the NBA. So it's going to be all right,
And they
Benny.
did
It's
it in the
not
regular
going to be a
season.
cakewalk. It's
Yeah.
not going to be a cakewalk, Benny. But
Yeah.
our team is not a bunch of chokers, and that Timberwolves team is so soft. I mean, and this is the problem with like centers getting all the defensive player of the year stuff. Rudy Gobert is getting hunted in every single matchup,
Yes.
and he's on
Not
ice
pretty.
skates. On ice skates the entire
Yeah.
time, and for some reason, he's the defensive player of the year. I understand he's great with like help defense and everything like that, but I don't know. I'm really curious. And also, a lot of people have been saying, do we chant F Kyrie? Do we boo Kyrie? You know what you do? You do exactly what you've been doing for the past 11 games because Kyrie has not beat this Celtics team in 11 games. You know what that tells me about Tatum
Knock on
Brown?
wood.
Tatum and Brown are
They want
comfortable
him.
playing
Yeah.
against this
All
guy.
right, Matt, let's save it. Okay. We get a big show. We're gonna do a big post final show. I got all this stuff
Yeah.
written down. I got all my takes. I know you got all your takes.
Yeah.
I know it's right, it's juicy. It's just want to jump in there and dive in,
Yeah. I know. I'm
But
on
man,
my soapbox. I'm on the corner on my soapbox with my little speaker. It's just really
uh,
nice. It's really nice, and
it is.
this is what we were hoping for. 4 wins. This team that has won how many wins has this team had in this season? Counting playoffs, like 70 something wins. They just have to win
I think
4
64 in a
games.
regular season, so 76. And I'm like, hey, not gonna probably happen, but what if we sweep this series and the finals? Will we have the all-time best record in the playoffs? Turns out we wouldn't. One of those Warriors teams went 16-1. I'm like, well, I mean, who's
That's
going to
pretty
beat
wild.
that? That's insane. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
when they had Kevin Durant. They were just completely loaded. So, but hey, I don't care. I just want 16 wins in this postseason. I just want to finish the job, finally get banner 18, finally get a championship. And, good job, boys, man. Knock on wood. If we get Porzingis back and he is healthy for the championship, they've
Watch out.
accomplished exactly what you and I wanted, Matt, which
Yep.
is, rest, finishing teams off early in the playoffs, leaving tread on the tires, leaving gas in the tank, and we don't have a repeat of that Golden State series where we just absolutely gas. So good job, boys.
Yep. And Tim, only teams that have got close have had a high field goal percentage. I don't think the Mavs can do that. I have so much to say. I think my dad said I hit my quota on talking about the Mavs, but I will say it's a top
Yeah,
heavy team. It's a very top heavy team. We just got
it is.
done facing a very well balanced team where a lot of people were getting a lot of shots. Man, it just felt like it was just coming from every direction. I mean, McConnell, Nemhard, Siakam, Neesmith at the end. Neesmith was 2-9, and he had those two huge mid ranges on us. But
Yeah, right
uh,
in a row. But I'm glad these guys were pesky. I'm glad
yep,
they're behind us, and I'm
gave us
glad
a
it's just
challenge.
rested from here on in. Yep,
Yep,
getting ready they did their job. Good job. They didn't make it easy on us as viewers, but they did their job. Proud of
yep,
you guys. Thank you. All
yep.
right.
So we'll be back tomorrow for some Bruins talk. I hope everybody has a great rest of your night and enjoys this almost uh 9
25 minutes.
days 9 days off from basketball.
Oh,
So
yeah, we get some time to talk, so we'll let you know when that pre finals matches
yeah.
podcast. So
All right.